All right, folks, we're having a bit of a mukbang tonight. It's on. We're live. We're doing this. We're making the woke mukbang happen is what I'm trying to get at. And yeah, this is what it's at. So we're going to eat a little bit of chili to start us off. But here's the thing. We're going to be drinking a little bit of Tang, but we're going to use the chili. I'm going to reheat the chili a little bit. Keeping that warm. All right. I made some Tang, which is pretty good. You gotta get that Tang life. Gotta do it, man. So welcome to the show, everybody. It's a proud honor and privilege. So those who are watching on the woke view are not on the horizontal view. If you're gonna be woke, you gotta be joke. You gotta be a joke. Yeah. I'm gonna show the chat here real quick. It's Mussy Monday, you guys. I have to say, it's always Mussy Monday on this channel. Gotta get the live chat pop out working here. Here we go. It's Mussy Monday. You guys gotta like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. My brony brothers. My brony brothers and my brony sisters, welcome to the show. I know you're all pretty gay, but that's okay. We accept you for who you are, my brony brethren. I'm going to lower it down to 5 decibels. There we go. We'll lower it down just a little bit on the audio front. Just kind of not go too hard, not go too crazy. My mussy is so tight, and I don't really know what's right. My mussy is so tight. My bussy is the mussy. I got Luffy in the house. Is this the real Luffy? We're talking about the Pirate King Luffy. Is that what we're talking about? Oh my god. It is. It is the Luffy. The one. The only. My one and only. Here we go, dude. So, it's Mussy Monday. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. The more likes and subscribes we get, the better. It gets better. It's Mussy Monday, dude. God, Mussy Monday. It's always Mussy Monday, no matter what day it is, though. So, stay focused. I got my Tang. I got a little red cup of Tang. My Poon Tang. I'm a hungry boy, so we're going to have a little bit of chili. And it's going to be good. It's a bit of a mukbang tonight. One moment, I shall return. You guys ready for what I'm... It's a surprise. Now, I consider this a Donald Trump style mukbang, and the reason I consider it a Donald Trump style mukbang is it's definitely something that would be on my home dog's menu. I think that Trump and I have the same likes. We both like McDonald's. Like, that's another thing that made me love Trump, by the way, is like his love for McDonald's is real. And I've been a McDonald's fan for a long time, so as somebody who appreciates the finer things in life, like McDonald's, this is up your alley, you guys. This is what the people have been asking for, I believe. Because it's must-see Monday, and I don't know why. Must-see Monday every day, and I don't know why I'm so effing gay. Luffy says, hello. Hello, Luffy. It's nice to see you. Welcome to the show. And I'm gonna... It's must-see Monday. I wonder if I should just go higher. Let's go 7 decibels. As if you guys can't hear me enough. As if you can't hear me enough. And all I know is why I'm that kind of guy. 'Cause it's must-see Monday, and it isn't even Sunday. It's must-see Monday, and it isn't even Sunday. 'Cause it's must-see Monday. I don't know why. I don't know why I am that kind of guy. Must-see everywhere. I don't even know it's in my underwear. Everybody's jealous of my big old mussy. You say it's a bussy, but I ain't no pussy. My mussy is a bussy, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm that kind of guy. But welcome to the show, everybody. This is the show. This is the show that everybody talks about. This is the show that everybody gossips about. I know, obviously, that people want to see. This is what the people want to see. And if they don't want to see it, what do they want to actually see? That's the question. Yeah. So I'm going to be using Meld Studio here pretty soon. At least that's the goal. It's going to be fun. It's going to be an experience. But that is the goal. We do want to use Meld Studio as quickly as we possibly can. And it's going to be a very fun experience. At least I think it will be. Welcome to the show, you guys. So if you guys are looking for this sweet Donald Trump mukbang, you're gonna get it here in just a second. In fact, you can get it in just a moment. Yeah, this is some Marie Callender's chili. It's going to be really good, by the way. It's got some Marie Callender's chili coming up here. Mr. Wade is asking, hi, what's the stream about? The stream is about me eating chili. Really tasty chili. It's a Marie Callender. Yeah, that's really good. That actually might be some of the best chili I've had in a while. Real Angus beef. But this one's this particular stream is a mukbang, where I eat all kinds of shit. They're really good. Really freaking solid, man. Try to get a better view of the plate, I guess. But yeah, with this camera, it's a little bit tough. But yeah, it's pretty good, man. This you're watching on the woke view. It's the wokest version of the show. All right. One more moment. One more moment. All right, people. Here is the camera. And here's the plate. It's got the chili right here. Got the corn dog. We got the Hot Pockets. And we're ready to roll. Nice lol. Hello. Woke, yes. This is the woke stream. I mean, it's all the same. It's just the woke viewpoint. Because you're basically zoomed in on your phone. Only woke people seem to watch YouTube on their phone. No, just kidding. I watch YouTube on my phone. I just wanted to call it the woke view. Look at this chili dog. Look at that. Very good. Very good. Yeah, this chili's great. Especially, like, just combining it with, like, this chili dog. Yeah, this is solid. This, Marie Callender's chili. 10 out of 10, brother. 10 out of 10. Oh, yeah. Hot Rail Hype says balding. I mean, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a great little profile picture. But yeah, I'm probably balding a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm getting a little older. A little more seasoned. Now we're going to eat the Hot Pocket. We're going to dip it in the chili. It's going to be an interesting experience. But, I'm using the corn dog stick as a mini fork. Look at that. It's balance. Precision. You name it. Very good. Very tasty. Very, very good. Yeah, this is solid, man. This is the best stuff in the world. Give me some chili. Oh, man. Very good. It's been a while since I've had one of these. It's pretty good. Let's see. Thank you, Wade 2.0. She says, right on, man. Enjoy the food. Absolutely. It's very good. Can you eat grass clippings next? Cows do it. I am a cow. Maybe. If you guys are lucky. Very good. Oh, yeah. This is solid. Yeah, I'm definitely going to eat the rest of the chili, though. Oh, man. I've had a Hot Pocket in a while, so this is really good. Got some the Hot Pockets over at Grocery Outlet, my favorite place to shop. Yeah, I think I'll become bigger than Mr. Beast, and by that I mean fatter. I mean, I'm already fatter than Mr. Beast by a long shot, but Very good, by the way. Nothing too crazy. I'm not really. Just got my. Just really good chili, by the way. It's Marie Callender's chili, and this is high end, and it's has Angus beef, which is crazy, but very good, very good, unbelievable, very unbelievable. Look at that, God, oh my God. Very good. Yeah, this is good chili. This might be some of the best chili. I got this over at Grocery Outlet, and it's a really good deal. And Marie Callender, typically they make good stuff, so it's always worth a try. Let's see how good the chili is, and damn, it's exceeded my expectations, big time. Wash it down with some tang, by the way. There's some tang in here. Now this is the good stuff. It's very good. But yeah, got the sweet pizza. Double fisted. Pretty good, man. Very tasty. Very, very good pizza. Pizza's incredible. I love it. It's a DiGiorno, no. It's Red Baron. But it is a very good pizza, yes. Thank you, Tish. I appreciate it. One thing to encourage to all you guys is, shop at discount grocery stores. Oh, we could make a poll. I could make a poll. We're only 30 minutes into the stream. I could plan on doing at least another hour. Well, not another hour. Probably another 45 minutes, but let's put a poll out. Good call. Good save on that one, Tish. All right. Give me 1 second, folks. By the way, I am an Amazon affiliate, so I want to let everybody know. So check out some of the links in the description below. Really cool. I'm a crazy Amazon affiliate at this point, man. And I'm loving it. So I'm all about that life. Part of that lifestyle. Very good. I feel like I ate quite a bit already tonight. Do I have any polls to make tonight? As far as polls are concerned, I don't really got anything at the moment. Well, I got this poll that I just made, obviously, but I didn't really have anything today. All right, we got my boy, Renegade Raider Kid. Yo, tippy toe. Yo, Raider Kid. How you doing, G? All right. We got one vote. And do you love McDonald's as much as Donald Trump does? And one person said, fuck yeah, I'm assuming that might have been Tish, actually. McDonald's is pretty dope, I got to admit. I love me some Mickey D's. Mickey D's is for me. But people need a place to go. But people need a place to go. I gotta check, see how close I am to getting my free $200, by the way. Here we go. All right. My oh my, do I love credit cards. Credit cards are pretty dope, I have to say. Like, I love it when there's, like, those little sign-on bonuses, you know, that they have for certain cards. I need to start really taking advantage of more of those. Like, so once I'm done with the current card, at least once I'm done getting to that $500 mark, so that way I get the free $200, I could then sign up for another one that has just as good of a bonus. So, and the cycle can continue. I could constantly get free money just for shopping it for what I normally would. So that's a pretty cool concept. YOLO. Well, let's see. It's good shit. Oh, I never clipped this nail. What the hell? Clipped all my nails except for one. Hold on. All right. Well, I think I'm done eating for the rest of the night. I got leftovers, thank goodness. I got leftover chili, got leftover burrito. I'm a happy boy. It's very easy. I'm an easy man to please. And that's why my girlfriend has no trouble feeding me. I'm happy, man. I love eating. I got a good woman. I got good eatings. It's pretty much what I need. But let's see. What else do I want to talk about here? Says Donald Trump style mukbang, but we really, even though that was a Donald Trump style mukbang, by the way. Trump and I would probably both devour that entire pan that I made in the oven. All right, would have both ate it, and I'm pretty sure my boy likes Tang just as much as I do. All right. It's fucking dope. All right. So let's see what the poll is looking like. Still one vote. One vote on the poll. That's crazy. That's shocking. And I got to occasionally remind everybody. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. OMG, OMG, OMG. There we go. Just got to remind everybody, that's all. Can't forget. Don't you forget about me. You guys got a simp. If he ain't a simp, then you ain't a pimp. The only way that you could ever be a pimp is if you are a simp. Because I ain't a simp, you was a simp. Because I ain't a pimp, you was a pimp. Checking out some of my dividends, as my boy Strongman Personal Finance consistently says. He calls them dividends, but I love my dividends, dude. I gotta get them. I gotta get them while they're hot. I'm all about the dividend life, though. 16 cents. Oh my god. Yeah, I like to get a hold of every single covered call ETF I can get a hold of. Well, I'm checking out also, as you all know, that I always root for the downfall of Bitcoin, but today was kind of just a little bit of an up and down cycle for the markets. You know me, I love the volatility. I don't really care what direction it goes in. When it comes to Bitcoin, though, I do prefer it to go down, but I do admit I like it when it rapidly goes up. Because when Bitcoin rapidly goes up, typically it rapidly goes down. Oh. No way. So Tish is saying, did you hear that the girl that was in the Epstein case was unalive? She got hit by a bus and is recovering. That is very suspicious. And very convenient, by the way. Now, it is also possible that, you know, she could have just been hit by a bus under normal circumstances. So we won't go too far in the rabbit hole. But that is strange. That is, sometimes it's a little bit beyond coincidence, especially with everything that happened surrounding the Epstein case. So hopefully they do get those files out. The world needs to know what happened. Like, what was, who was doing what to who, whatever it may have been. The whole situation's screwed up, man. And it's wild. I won. I won a chess game, sort of. Maybe I've won this chess game. I'm not too sure yet. Circumstances are iffy. That is wild, though, man. And I think that needs to be looked into. It really does. That's huge. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for Trump. We got Martin saying hello, Garza, physical silver or physical gold. Have you seen Donald Trump and Biden AI spaghetti video? I don't think I have. I don't think I have at all. Sorry I didn't get to your chat until now, dude. That's my bad. Physical silver or gold, Garza? Okay, so I didn't check the horizontal chat. Not going to lie. Till now. But I think it's better. Look, I think if you're going to go with gold and silver all options, I think it's good to own the direct thing, the actual thing. Own gold, own silver. I think it's fantastic. Not financial advice, obviously, but I think it's good to have your own gold and silver as long as you have a means of protecting it. Because if you get robbed and they steal your gold and silver, it's like tough titties. There's no insurance against that. I will admit there are ETFs out there that do expose you to gold in some capacity. There are companies that expose you to gold in a lot of senses. Gold mining stocks, silver mining, any sort of mining company, really. Even just having ownership in a mining company that mines precious metals can be a huge game changer for your portfolio. Yeah, that's the way I see it, at least. That's my humble opinion. Oh, yeah. I did the Tim Smith workout recently, and that was pretty rough. So what I did was I did the Tim Smith style workout. So I was hanging on the pull-up bar. I stayed on there for about 20 seconds. And then, then I gradually lowered down the timer. So I just basically kind of counted in my head, So that was the easiest way to do it. So I can start now. So I just go as long as I can. Hold it. Give myself a second. Watch Daddy work out for likes and subscribes. But yeah, physical gold and silver is good. I would say and physical silver and gold. I think it's good to be exposed to both. If diversify your commodities. Woke view vertical. Absolutely, this is the vertical view is the woke view. I just made that shit up, but I thought it'd be funny because I was like, what can I call the alternate angle, the one that's not horizontal? And I was like, oh, let's call it the woke view. I thought it was funny at least. But all right, so I'm going to do some working out. You're going to see me on the pull-up bar, actually. I'm going to try to let you guys see my extraordinary Tim Smith-esque workout. This is inspired by the one, the only Tim Smith, the famous man. Do you guys want to see me do the pull-up routine? It's really more of a dead hang routine, but we're going to count backwards. All right? So, see what we can do. All right. so on that one, I was only able to hang for about 14 seconds. Yeah, so I was only able to hang about 14 seconds there. Let's see, maybe call it vertical because that's what it is. Michael Donaldson, that's no fun. I love calling it the woke view because when you zoom in on me, you'll see how woke my skin is. I look like a woke person. It's sad. But anyway, Gary Tard says, yo, what up, Gary? Tishley says, but yeah, I was only able to do 14 seconds just now. Let's see. I think silver will eventually go to $150 per ounce. Maybe. I haven't looked at silver prices in a while. I don't even really look at gold prices, man. I just know that gold naturally is more valuable than the dollar, so. And silver is naturally more valuable, so I'll always find a way to use silver and gold, even if it's through ETFs or mining companies, you name it. I'm going to find exposure to that. WTF, aren't you supposed to pull yourself up? So what I do is I actually it's a dead hang routine. Also, I'm too fucking fat. I'm too large to pull myself up on a pull-up bar. So I just kind of hang there. Eventually I'll get the muscle strength back to be able to do that, but I do have to lose a little bit of weight for sure. I also got really chonky legs. Like my legs are super beefy, so that's a lot of weight to carry too. So it's just a whole mess. I'm trying to get my arms gunned out though. Looking kind of good. But yeah, I'm just like I said, I am fat. I need to lose some weight, and this is helping. It's helping stretch me out a little bit, as gay as that sounds. Not my butthole. But read my name again, lol. Gary Tard. Gary Tard? Gary Tard. I just realized what happened when I read his name. So Gary Tard says, read my name. And I realized that when you say Gary Tard, it actually sounds like you're saying something else. Oh, geez. I should not read some of the names so literally. That's funny, though. God, that's good. Okay, Martin says, no, Garza, you are perfect. I try. I am utter perfection. I'm a 10 out of 10. I have the body of a Greek god, or I should say a Greek goddess, because I got some fantastic man boobs. Thank you. Let's see. 67% say, fuck yeah, McDonald's. 33% say, no, gross, ew, yuck. Oh, man. That's funny shit. Now, Martin... Are you my boy Jake Martin? It might be my boy. I don't know. I can't remember if... No, I think Jake actually has his full name as his username. I can't remember on YouTube's. But if it is the Jake I know, that is sexy. Okay, so I did 14 seconds. Now, the whole goal is I go down 2 seconds each time. So and then once I get to 5 or 4 or something like that, that's when I start winding it down, doing only small sets. So, all right, we're at 14. Here we go. All right. Oh, so that was 12 seconds. No, I'm just Martin from Norway. Well, hello, Martin from Norway. It's good to see you, G-Dog. So Tishley asks, do you know your ancestry? For the most part, once I found out who my actual grandfather was, my mom didn't know who her father was, or our biological father, I should say, and it explains everything. It explains why I'm 6'2", and blonde hair, blue eyed. So that was a big deal to find out that basically I'm German, like Upper European stuff, like maybe Norwegian, Swedish, you name it, just any sort of, what do you call it? Not Slavic, but basically mountain people, so I'm a big boy. I got a very big I got a pretty bold frame, and I'm built like a refrigerator. I'm built like my boy Nikola Jokic. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're related because we have the same type of body. No, he's actually way more fit than I am, but yeah, my ancestry is pretty simple. I know I'm Mexican. I know I'm German. I know I'm French. Irish. Besides Irish, what else? Like I said, Mexican, Irish, French, Italian, which was surprising. So Italian ancestry, which is wild. I think I'm like 11% Italian, which explains why I'm loud and annoying. Explains perfectly why I'm loud and annoying. If we're going by stereotypes here. Yeah. So I've definitely got a very mixed ancestry. That's why I look kind of, I look fairly mixed. I got a lot of traits. I got a lot of different traits from a lot of different, races. So I have a lot of adaptions. I think the only two races that I'm really not would probably be, I'm not African, and I'm not Asian. So I think I'm pretty much every other nationality. I think I'm pretty much every other general race, for the most part. But I don't really know my full lineage. But you can kind of make inferences based on the way I look, to what sort of ancestry. I think I might be a little Jewish, if I remember right. But yeah. Let's see, Bunala Moons says, still waiting on those Epstein files while Trump guzzles McDonald's cheeseburgers. Leave my boy alone. He just wants to eat some goddamn McDonald's, and I don't blame him. I want to eat some damn McDonald's right now, but I ate some good stuff already. I'm very grateful for what I ate. Thank you to all those companies that make frozen foods. Appreciate you. Tish says, I definitely was thinking German. Absolutely. Got some German ancestry up in here. But yeah, definitely German for sure. I've got that German look. But yeah. Appreciate everybody in the chat so far. This is awesome. Let's see what the poll is looking like. We got 4 votes. We are at a 50-50 split, folks. Do you love McDonald's as much as Donald Trump does? 50% of you say fuck yeah. 50% of you say no, gross. Yuck. Well, I love Mickey D's. I ain't gonna lie. Mickey D's is great. The nuggets are fantastic. Everything about McDonald's is a joyride, in my opinion. So, if you don't believe me, if you don't trust in the greatness of McDonald's, that's on you at the end of the day. That is on you, G-Dog. So that's your fault, and you're sad. No, just kidding. But, yep, that's the way it is. And that's the way it is. But yeah, overall, I was thinking about doing another sleeping stream where it's just me sleeping. That would be kind of fun. Chicken Army says, "Do you live in the hood?" Well, no. I kind of live in a bougie neighborhood, a little bit surprisingly. It's very bougie. I'm cool with bougie. I'd rather be in a bougie neighborhood than a... Just kidding. Not really. But no, overall, I think it's a good neighborhood. Great little area. Yeah, I love it here. It's good shit. No, yeah. Martin says McDonald's triple cheeseburger is the best, but it has become expensive. I can see that. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's why I think it's best to just make your food at home. I don't. Fast food has become more of an expensive inconvenience because it used to be a convenience because of how affordable it was, you know. But now it's just like you're better off just cooking meals at home. And it's funny because I was ahead of the curve on this. I constantly I always stock up on canned food when I can too, when it's really cheap. And I'll tell you, that is the best. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Tish says, I've got German and Jewish too. I thought you seemed like a brother or cousin. Got a familial vibe. Yeah, I think I kind of look Mormon, if we're going to be quite honest. I got that Mormon look, and I'm not saying that Mormon's a nationality. I just look like a guy that would be part of the Mormon church. My brother made that joke a lot, and I love it. I agree with it. My brother and I, we definitely bond because of how Mormon I look. I look so fucking Mormon. It's insane how Mormon I look. Like, if I had a white suit or white dress shirt and a tie, and I started walking around door to door, or just walking around in general, you would assume that I am straight up trying to get you on the Mormon Jesus train. All right, but I definitely do look very much like a Mormon person. Absolutely. But yeah, no, it's awesome. No, it's so cool that you got German and Jewish. And that's the thing. We're who knows, Tish, we might be related, because here's the thing, man. I think most Germans are related in some capacity. We all have some sort of similar ancestor who had blonde hair, blue eyes, or something like that. I don't know. The mutation started somewhere in the upper European continents, if I remember right. The blue-eyed one, the blue-eye gene, which is basically a lack of pigment. And laughing emojis, hell yeah, absolutely. I have had super nice Mormon friends. Yeah, Mormons are pretty nice. No beef on Mormons, by the way. They've always been very kind to me. But their whole no alcohol, no caffeine policy was like, nope. Like, that's the one thing. I can never actually be a Mormon. I look like them, but damn. It's funny, I walk into a Mormon church, nobody questions me. I could just walk in at any time. My name is Elder Michael. They call me Elder, but I'm a fake ass. I ain't no elder. I'm an old fart. That's all I am. Shit. Let's see, but yeah, I love the Mormons, man. The Mormons are great. I'm a Mormon. We're all Mormon. Deep down. Let's see. Tish says, right, I have to have coffee, Elder Michael. Now, if I'm in the Catholic Church, I prefer to be called Father Michael. I'm Irish Catholic. But they call me Father Michael. It's a terrible fucking accent. Wow. I'm ashamed. That was a bad accent, but I'm a Swedish plumber. Let's see. Damn, some of the last games I played were trash. I was looking at some of my ratings for chess, and there was a couple games I played that were absolute garbage. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Cause I am a cuck. Who's ready to get diddle by diddy? Blonde's ready to get diddle by diddy. All right, we could talk about some quick investing shit. All right, talk about a little bit of investing here. So, overall, I think the best investment is honestly stocks. I think that getting into, hell, even getting started in an S&P 500 ETF is a great start to your investing career. And I think that people are so focused on their working career that they don't think about what I like to call their investing career. So the thing that pisses me off about public schools is it teaches you that it's normal to focus on nothing but your work, like your day job, but you never focus on your portfolio. I want to teach that it's okay to be obsessed with your portfolio, right? Like, I want people to realize. Got an Anthony by the way, my boy Ant Cumia right here, my boy Antoine. This is a different Anthony that I know, but I actually don't know him, but he's the man. But yeah, overall, I've been trying to promote a few different investing philosophies to you all, and everybody's abandoned them. Nobody cares about my investing philosophies. They just don't. Oh my god. But yeah, it's yeah. You either invest or you don't. I mean, it really boils down to that. And look, even if people don't invest, you know, they could still make an effort to try, you know. Like my dad, I love my dad, but I do also get pissed off at him because he never even had a 401k, which is wild to me. No 401k, no brokerage account of any kind, not even a Roth IRA, nothing, none. He said the only thing he's planning on living off of is just pure Social Security checks, and I'm thinking to myself, my dad's a moron. It dawned on me that my dad is just, he doesn't think ahead. You know, he doesn't think ahead at all. And I really do love the guy, but he is one of the reasons why I invest as hard as I invest, is because I realize that my assets pay for myself to exist. I can retire. I'm going to be able to retire way earlier than my dad. And that's only because of the way I invest. My investing career is more important than my working career, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. And I want to repeat that. My investing career is more important than my working career. So, that's a huge statement, man. It's a crazy belief, I know. But it's a healthy one. But no, I do care about like the work I do. I like having a good resume, but at the same time, I like to focus on what my portfolio is doing. And what am I adding to the portfolio? Now, I am a buy and hold guy, granted, but I am also a swing trader too. So only 20% of my portfolio is swing traded, 80% is buy and hold. Straight up, that's it. And that's the way it should be. At least that's the way I believe it should be. But Tishley says that's so why I think so. I appreciate the. I like to believe so. I think it's good to invest. I think that the problem is the school system teaches you to be poor, right? Public school teaches you to be fucking poor, and lucky for me, I never just stopped learning. You know, most people just stop learning. They don't care to understand topics that could help them out in life. And, you know, I took my education into my own hands. I didn't go to college, thank goodness, because that would have been a waste of time, seeing how expensive and stupid and bloated college is. College is probably I thought that Bitcoin was the greatest pyramid scheme of all time, but I started to realize lately that I think college might need to take number one, and then Bitcoin, any crypto, is number two on the top five, on the Mount Rushmore of Ponzi schemes. So college is definitely a Ponzi scheme for sure, because you don't really get. I mean, you got a lot out of a college degree back in the day, I guess, because you didn't have to pay as much and you still get an education. Now you get to pay up the ass, and then all you get to learn is how to be a protester. And who the fuck wants that in their life? Screw that. So yeah, college is a waste of time. I'm glad I only went like a semester at a community college. And I was like, nope, I'm just going to keep working and figure this one out. And I did. It took me a little bit, but I did. And I'm very proud of what I've been able to accomplish. But yeah, I think we focus so much on school and work that we don't focus on our education. And I don't consider school and education the same thing. I don't. Because half of the shit that you learn in school, while it can be important, like I think, like, for instance, advanced forms of mathematics. Very important. That's very important in my mind. Like, that's huge. You know, learning advanced algebra, learning a little bit of trigonometry here. A little bit even calculus. You don't really use too much. You don't use calculus too much in programming, because that's. I mean, unless you're building games, then you might need a realistic physics engine where calculus equations can come in handy. Blah blah blah. But outside of it, though, like I was able to, you know, I'm glad I learned the core subjects when I was in high school, but that was about the extent of what I needed. When I got out, I was just like, well, what else is there to learn? So I would just get textbooks from like the Goodwill, pick them up, read them, kind of do some of the exercises in them to make sure I understood the subjects. Yeah, just learn. That's really my motto. I'm just obsessed with learning new things and learning a subject pretty intimately. That's why I love good textbooks. It's one of the reasons why I keep this here. This is my fundamental. Well, you can't see it actually. Hold on. If you're in the woke view, you can't see it, but this is one of my inspirations to keep programming, is having this sitting here. It's a reminder that, one, if I need it as a reference manual, it'll be cool, you know. But overall, object-oriented programming, C++, baby. This is where it's at. I mean, there are a lot more advanced programming languages out there that could do way more on a higher level. I definitely love Python. Python's not too bad. You know, things like that. You could say Java's great. I fucking love Java. One of the best. But yeah, I like the higher level programming languages. But yeah, honestly, I love reading. God, I love reading. I love watching videos. I love learning at a massive scale. It's just fun. And because of my love of learning, I was able to learn how to, create a halfway decent show, for instance. I wouldn't say this is the best show in the world, but it's better than I thought it would ever be. Let's see. Jojo is asking, are you on the spectrum? Yeah, I do actually have Asperger's syndrome, but I don't let it define me, is the thing. I'm aware of it, that I have Asperger's syndrome, but I don't let it define me. And the thing is, I mean, when you have Asperger's syndrome, really the only thing that you lack is a filter, and you have some shitty social skills, basically. Other than that, I'm a very functional individual. I just, it's the irony is I'm in customer service, which is shocking considering how antisocial I can really be. Because I'll usually just go out in the woods with a beer and just chill out. Start rubbing my butt on a tree or something. That sort of thing. But yeah, I'm definitely on the spectrum, absolutely. I've got no filter, and I just say whatever I want, which is tough. Because, you don't win friends having Asperger's, that's for sure. Because I have no filter. I say for the most part what is on my mind. And, it doesn't win you friends. I'll tell you that. One of the reasons I don't have a lot of friends is because I'm just too, you know what I mean? It hurts. I hate being autistic. It's stupid. It really sucks. Because, but I'm cool with it because, Martin's saying here, Asperger's is a superpower. I do believe that because, my ability to learn things quickly and being a little obsessive and having no filter allows me to have free reign to really understand a subject, really implement and execute what I've learned at a very quick scale, and I'm very adaptable, shockingly. So the only thing I'm not adaptable to is social situations, and who knows, what they claim to be Asperger's, maybe it's an evolution, because a lot of, if I'm able to, create cool things, come up with great ideas, who needs social skills when you got abilities, I think usually most people have social skills because they lack actual productive skills. I just happen to have a lot of productive skills, therefore I don't really prioritize my social skills. I'm able to produce at a high level, and that's always been my superpower. Well, I wouldn't say always. I'll take that back. When I was younger, I didn't know what I was doing with my life, but as I got older, the more my brain started to mature, I was able to put things together and really get my life in order and kind of do cool things, create cool little pieces of software, and do jobs that most people don't want to do, and do them well. So that's a plus. I take a lot of pride in what I do, and I try to, even though I don't like my employer that much. I don't necessarily like the supervisor that I have. I try to look past that as much as possible. And who knows, maybe if a better opportunity comes along, I might quit the job I work at. But till then, who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, Asperger's syndrome is an absolute superpower. It's given me a lot of advantages. More than I ever could have imagined, to be honest. So I'm pretty happy. Sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie. I used to cry a lot because of it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but man, is it the truth. But hey, sometimes you gotta cry a little bit, and that's the way it goes. But yeah, so I'm on the spectrum. overly answer that question, for sure. Yeah, and the reason I look like I'm on the spectrum is because I do look a little retarded. I do, and yeah, I said retarded. I mean, I guess I could say it because I am on the spectrum, and therefore, autism's just a polite way of saying I'm mildly retarded. So, and people don't like that. I don't care, because I have a pass to say it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just a little retarded. And I'm not even disparaging anybody who has mental disabilities. I'm just using a word that people use behind closed doors, and I'm just putting it out there. Because deep down, when somebody like JoJo says, "Are you on the spectrum?" really, or they're saying is, "God, this guy looks retarded." I'm going to ask if he's on the spectrum, and yeah. So I just say what people are thinking, and when people look at me, they think he's a slight retard, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people thinking that because I kind of am. Martin says, "Have you tested your IQ, Garza?" I mean, I did an IQ test when I was like in high school, because I got curious. Because, I was like, I got bored, so I tested at like 130. Was it 132 or 133? I think it was around 130 though. I haven't tested it as I got older. I'm pretty sure I've gotten a little dumber. So it might be maybe in the 120 range now, but no, it's possible that, and when I was in high school, my brain I was all over the place, but I was still able to do really well on an IQ test, shockingly. That was a lot. I had to do it though. I was like, oh, let's see if I'm actually, because I didn't even know if I was. I was like, because I was always told I was stupid, so it's just ridiculous. And I was like, well, let's see, maybe I am stupid, so let's take this IQ test. Turns out I was like, oh, like 130 IQ. Okay, I'm almost a genius. This is neat. So yeah, I guess who knows? Maybe I've gotten more intelligent over the years. I have zero clue. I took one in high school, and that was the only time I ever took one. So I don't really care to know. I try not to think about that stuff because I don't know. I don't want to really put a number to my intelligence. You know what I mean? Try not to. All I know is I just need to learn things, understand things a little bit better, and keep on writing, keep on reading. Writing is a superpower, by the way. I think that writing is a lost art, even if you're not writing for anybody. Like, people think, well, I'm not an author. Why would I need to write down things? Like, write as much as you can. Writing helps crystallize thoughts in ways that you can never imagine. Like, I love writing. I write whenever I goddamn can. I got a notebook filled with bullshit. Like, I could burn this and nothing of value would be lost in this notebook. But it does help me crystallize my thoughts. So yeah, write every day, have a little notebook, notepad, whatever you have. I love writing. Like, it's a huge deal to me to be able to write all the time. But yeah, I think it's but yeah, I always just assume that there's somebody who knows something more than I do. I think it's a good assumption to have that in life, obviously. And I assume that most people know. I assume that I'm typically the dumbest person in the room, and it may not always be the case, by the way. But it's fun because if you start thinking you're the smartest person in the room, you start getting arrogant. You want to, it's good to be a little bit humble about it, because I feel like there are people I could learn from. I don't care what walk of life you're in. There's always I've typically, just by having conversations with people, I get inspiration or a new idea or a new way of thinking about life or a new way of doing things in life. It's, my perspective is just one, but it is a perspective that is melded with several others, because I've been so happy to be able to learn from so many people, and through whether it's through books, whether it's through actual interactions, whether it's just through watching a video that they made, you know. There's no end to how much experience you can collect in this life. I'll tell you that. Martin says, I am also on the spectrum, and I tested 128 when I was 16. To be intelligent is to be lonely. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I get it. I get it, brother. So that's interesting. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is real. I actually don't... I know what you're talking about, because I think it's like a chart, right? Isn't it kind of like, it kind of goes... Ooh, hold on. You'll see my finger here go up a little bit and be like, kind of goes up. There's a peak, and then there's a valley, and then... I think that's how the graph goes, and I think the graph is like some sort of intelligence graph. I've heard the name. I'll have to look it up. The Dunning-Kruger effect. I'm just trying to recall what it is, but I can look it up here in a second. But yeah, overall, it's funny. I guess it's the higher the IQ, the more kind of messed up a person is. Like, they can't really function as well. So sometimes it can be more detrimental to have a super high IQ, I guess, would probably be the case. I could see that being a problem. I've seen very like hyper intelligent people who are just off the scale autism in a bad way. They're like, you know, super intelligent in a few things, but like they just can't function as a human being, and I feel sorry for them. I'll admit, I have struggled my whole life to be a functional human being, and it is not easy. And one of the reasons that I think I've been able to strive so much in my life is that I don't believe that I'm autistic, even though I actually am, because I feel like that would get in my way. I don't want that to be a part of my identity. I try not to let it be a part of my identity. I do talk about it more openly than I used to, though, because I think it's good to be real about it. Because I know that to other people it's painfully obvious how autistic I might look. Yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, you know, I'll admit I have trouble keeping friends. It's tough. The no filter thing, I speak my mind. I'm not very malleable. I'm not even always all that agreeable. You know. So it's a rough one, man. Oh, okay. Dumb people think they are smart. Smart people think they're dumb. That's pretty funny. That is actually kind of funny. Just did 127 myself. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, like I said, the whole IQ thing, man, for me, I just took a test when I was in high school, and turned out I was, you know, closer to genius level than I anticipated. I was like, oh, you know, that's cool. I've always had pretty good problem-solving skills. You know, it's something I've realized as I've kind of been able to reflect a little bit more on my life. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. It's crazy, man. But yeah, I think that overall, you know, whether I'm dumb, whether I'm smart, I don't know. It's kind of, it's usually
Damn,
a kind of a neither here nor there thing for me. I just, you know, the reason I try to learn things, I just want to be more of an effective person, you know. I guess my fear is being useless to some degree. And I want to try to accumulate as many skills as I can. And maybe that fear is more of a survival instinct. The fear of being useless, I think that's definitely a survival instinct for sure. It's something I think about sometimes. It's funny. I used to, another reason why I don't talk to my dad anymore is I used to talk about these philosophical discussions, things that came to my mind, and I thought, well, why is this, and I would have these interesting thoughts, and, my dad always said things like, do you talk about this with your friends? You just sound crazy, and it's just like, is it crazy to contemplate what life is all about? If it is, then okay. My dad was so focused on being normal, and I talked to him about him in the past tense, but I just don't talk to him anymore, and I don't know if I ever want to. It's tough. It's really tough to make that decision, by the way, because sometimes you got to let go of people who you feel have been detrimental to your life, and my dad has been one of the people who's made me feel so alone in this life. More alone than he realizes. One of the reasons I don't like the man, and I do have some form of hatred towards the man, is because my dad made me feel very alone. Not just by, it was weird because just how he treated me. I never felt like I was really his son. And that's a weird thing to say. Because I think biologically I am. And it doesn't really matter in the end. He did raise me. But I always felt like I think he thought my mom cheated on him. And it makes perfect sense for him to think that, because he didn't know who my mom's actual real biological father was as far as that goes. So it's understandable for people to think that my mom would have, cheated on my dad. I'm tall, I got blonde hair, blue eyes, And it's another reason I don't talk to my grandmother either. I don't talk to my grandma at all. I try not to. I avoid her. I don't like my grandma. It's a terrible thing to say too, but I don't care. That's how I feel. Because she is just a chameleon. And I don't like it. Now, let's see. Martin says to be sane in an insane world is not good. Yeah, it's tough. I think the worst part is when everybody's insane and everybody's insane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like mass psychosis. You read about it in history. Like, mass psychosis happened all the time where large festers of groups of people would believe these absurd beliefs, right? They're absurd. And there are these outsiders that are just like, you all believe this? Are you fucking stupid? No. So it's like you'll see it throughout history that the herd is not always right. In fact, the herd, if everybody's doing it, it's probably bad for you, is usually my mentality. That's why I love being contrarian, because contrarian pays dividends quite literally, especially if you're an investor. So yeah, contrarian for life. I think if everybody's doing it, it's probably bad for you. And, but think about that intelligently, by the way. I'm just going to say that right now, because people wear clothes. Everybody does, for the most part. So you have to think about intelligently. So you're going to wear clothes, obviously, because if you start parading around naked, you're going to jail. So, but you got to think about it. Like I said, you got to be very thoughtful about how contrarian you are. So be contrarian intelligently, I guess, to some degree. That's the way I look at it. I'm obsessed with being normal. I mask super hard, but don't like to curse so people figure me out. Well, the thing is, man, don't be average. I mean, normal is average, by the way. You can be better than that. Normal is what everybody see. The problem with normal people is they're all so busy copying each other, which is why they're all like each other, right? So normal is not something to strive for. In fact, normal is something to avoid. Normal is absolutely something to avoid. Because honestly, average people have tons of credit card debt. They buy stupid things. The average person is not what you want to be. In fact, the average person, I don't even think the average person wants to be an average person, but they do average actions, which result in average results. Let's see. Andy Perkins says DK affects smart people too. Okay. I guess. I don't know. I don't really know much about the about that, to be honest. Never really looked into it. But yeah, all I know is that I'm yeah, unfortunately I'm on the spectrum. It sucks. But yeah, I've always been very isolated. And it's tough. It's extremely tough to even have a relationship with like an intimate relationship with like having a girlfriend or a wife. Like that's not easy. I struggle very hard having a relationship, not in the sense that, you know, I'm loyal as hell. Like it's crazy how loyal I am. Like it's just, the problem is I can't find that weird balance between being lonely and being around, you know, people I love. Because it's like I really am by default a very lone wolf, and the person, you know, I do all this for really is my girlfriend, because I care about her. I love her. I'm glad she understands though that I am a lonely person. We have both very independent lone wolf spirits to us, which I think is one thing we have very much in common, and that allows us to understand each other at a deeper level, and thank goodness for that. But yeah, very much so a isolated person. Tish says they say Elon Musk is on the spectrum. That is a lot of people who are yeah, absolutely, you know, and I'm happy that the level of autism that I have doesn't affect me from being a contributing member of society. I'm just, like I said, just Asperger's. That's not bad at all. I'll take it, because the only thing I just lack is a filter and some social skills. Other than that, I've been able to traverse the societal wave and be able to communicate the way that I need to communicate and blah, blah, blah. I think the problem is I'm too honest. Like, I'm too fucking honest. Like, even when I'm a shitty liar. Like, I'm so bad at lying, dude. It's rough. That's why when I do try, as I've tried to lie and people see through it, so it's like, oh, I'm glad. I'd rather not be a good liar. I think if I got too good at lying, that would be scary. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be that kind of person anyway. But let's see. Martin says the real estate market is insane here in Norway. That's why I am selling my house. $400,000 in straight profit. Wow, dude. Hey, Martin. The cool thing is you'll be able to sell that house. Maybe like rent kind of a shoddy apartment or something like that, but you could take the majority of that money and put it into like assets, like a diversified portfolio of stocks. Boom. That way you can maintain your wealth without a ton of risk. Tish says that's good to have somebody who gets you. Yeah, my girlfriend gets me completely. Well, not all the time. Nobody gets me completely. I'm a freak. I'm not a normal person. But it's tough for her to even understand me sometimes. I have some weird little mood swings from time to time. But it's tough. Martin says God likes honest people. Well, I try. I try not to lie. But, you know, nobody's perfect. So, man, I realized I've been on here since, wow, for an hour and 38 minutes. Jesus. Okay, I will say this. I am tired. Hey, guys, make sure you guys check out my affiliate links in the description below. I do get a small commission, just as a heads up. I like to make sure everybody's aware of that every time. So just as a quick heads up real fast, some of the links in the description are affiliate links, which means if you buy something through them, I might get a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps support the channel. And I appreciate it big time if you guys could find it in your heart and soul to click on an affiliate link. Anyway, catch you all later. I'm out. Ciao. And I don't know why I'm doing this, but hopefully you guys got something good out of this video. You guys got to see my fat ass eat a little bit. I'm going to drink some more Tang here in a second, and then wind down, read a book, and go to bed. It's the way to do it, folks. Anyway, catch y'all later. I'm out. I just wanted to give a big shout out real quick. Thank you, Tish. To everybody who's on the chat today, thank you, Tish. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate your insight, dog. I appreciate Tish's commentary. Andy, appreciate you popping in on there. Martin, though, incredible, interesting conversation. I appreciate it. I really just talked too much, but it was fun answering your questions, or at least giving you my opinions on the questions. Jojo, I appreciate the question about the spectrum. Trying to think what else. I'm trying to remember some of the other part of the chat, but we had Michael Donaldson for a second. That was cool. Always good to have Mr. Donaldson in the house. And yeah, other than that, we got Wade 2.0, which was dope. Yeah. All right, you guys. Okay, I'm out. Have a nice one, Mr. Martin, as well. Appreciate you guys. All right. I'm going to rub my tits. God, this fabric feels so nice. This fabric feels so fucking good. My nips. My nips are too hard. Anyway, catch you guys later. Have a good night, you guys. Bye.